Hello guys and welcome again to Autodesk Learning 101. So in this topic, I'm going to show you how to load a component family to your project, and then we're going to add also components from the new family to our project. So in this exercise, we are going to talk about loading component families and adding components. Okay, so this is a continuation of our exercise last time. About the last exercise, we did windows and doors. So this time, let's try to add more component families. Right. So I'm going to show you where to get the families in case you want to load uh, some some families in your project. Okay, so to do that, you can go to the Insert tab, and then you can go here, Load Family. And then let's say, for example, you are looking for plumbing fixtures. You want to add some plumbing fixtures in this portion. So what you can do is you can go to the US metric, and then you can go to plumbing. Let's say architectural, there's fixtures. Then you can see here some different folders, like for example, water closets. So these are some example of the families that you can use, and take note that some of the families here are in 2D only. Some is in 3D. Okay, so this is for the water closets. So I'm going to move up one level. So let's say for the urinals, it's the same on urinal. You have 3D and then you also have 2D. Okay, what else? You also have the sinks. Okay, so these are the different types of sinks that you can use. These are the 3D ones, and then this is your 2D elements. Okay, so basically this is where you go if you want to load some plumbing fixtures inside your project. Okay, but in this exercise, all the plumbing fixtures are already added for this one. So that's why what I'm going to do is from the architecture, I'm going to select here component, place a component. So I'm going to select this one, and then from the type selector, I'm going to look for the toilet. So where's the toilet? Toilet, this one. So I'm going to select 480. So I'm going to select this one. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to place it on my, let's say, ground floor. Let me go to the ground floor. Again, let me select place a component. I'm gonna use this one. Okay, I'm going to hover my pointer along the wall. So let's say I'm going to place it somewhere here. Okay, so this is for the women. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to place another one here. But before that, I'm going to select modify. Let me select first this and then change the distance. So let's say, for example, I'm going to change this to 450 and it's too close. How about 600? 600, enter. I think it's a bit close. How about 650? Alright, so probably I'll just use this one, 650. And then again, I'm going to select architecture, place a component, and then from the type selector, I'm still going to use here the toilet, but this time I'm going to use the M toilet 380. So I select 380, and then I'm going to pick somewhere here. So I'm going to pick, all right, okay. And then after that, as you can see, this one here, I'm going to select modify. If I click this one, as you can see, this one, I can move. This is what we call the witness line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this witness line, this one. I'm going to drag, and then I'm going to place it somewhere here. There you go. Okay, and then I'm going to change this temporary dimension to 450. There you go. Okay, and then click outside. Okay, So the next one is I'm going to create another one here. I'm going to place, I'm going to place another one like this. So I'm going to select, place a component again. I'm going to use the 480 toilet, this one, and then I'm going to pick here. There you go. And then I select here, modify. So again, I'm going to click this toilet, and then I'm going to move the witness line to this face of the wall. And then let me change this one. Let's say 450. There you go. Now let's say I want to align this toilet to this toilet. So I'm going to select here, modify. I use the align tool. Okay, so I'm going to pick this one, and then I'm going to pick this one to align. There you go. All right, and then I select here, modify. Okay. I think it's too close. Let me change this to 500. And then I use align again. There you go. Okay, next. So I'm going to insert here urinal. Okay, this is for the women. This is for the men's. So I select here urinal. So in architecture, place a component. Again, urinal is already loaded in this exercise. Let me just look at it. Urinal, this one. So I'm going to select urinal 3D. So I click this one, and then I'm going to place one here. There you go. And then while the tool is still active, the component is still active, so I'm going to look for sync. MSync, where are you? Where are you, MSync? This one. All right, so I'm gonna click this one. I'm gonna place one here. Okay, and then I'm going to place one here. There you go. Then modify. Okay, so basically this is the plumbing fixtures that I want to be inserted here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to copy these plumbing fixtures. I'm going to place it on the main floor. As you can see, if I open the main floor, they have an identical layout here. So I'm going to copy the plumbing fixtures here on the ground floor. Okay, so let me just click, or let me show you this technique. So instead of selecting it one by one and holding control, so let's use window selection like this. Okay, and then let's select here the filter, and then let's select only the plumbing fixtures and specialty equipment. So let's uncheck the walls, and then okay, there you go. Okay, so let's say I do not want to include this one. So I'm going to hold shift, and then I'm going to click this, and then I do not want to include this also. I'm going to hold shift and click. There you go. So I only now selected the plumbing fixtures. So after selecting, I'm now going to select here copy to clipboard, or control C. You can use that. So I'm going to select this, and then going to the main floor, I'm now going to select here paste, align to current view. Okay, click that one, and there you go. Okay. Oh, by the way, I want to include also this handle here. So going back to the ground floor, I want to include this. I'm going to select this, and then copy, and then main floor, and then paste to current view. Okay, and then I'm just going to move this. So I select this one, move, and then click the base point, and then place it here. There you go. Okay, so basically that's how you insert more components, uh, how to load components and place it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to insert, or I'm going to create a new component family type. Okay, so let's say I'm going to create a new component family type for the door. So I'm going to select the door. Okay, so this is selected. 915 by 2134. So I'm going to duplicate this, edit type, and then I'm going to select duplicate. And then let me just change the name here. So let me change this to 1200 by 2134 mm. Okay, and then I select here OK. So it's now there. So after duplicating and changing the name, of course I need to change also the width. So I'm going to change the width 1200. So no need to change the height since I also want 2134. So I only change the width. Okay, right? Then what else? So what I'm gonna do next is for the rail width, I'm going to change that later on. Okay, so I'm just going to select now OK. Okay, you see, you can check here the preview. So that's the preview of the door. Okay, so this is the preview. This is in the 3D view. You can make it on the floor plan view, just like that one, or in 3D view. This one in 3D view. Okay, and I'm going to move the slider down, and then I'm going to change more properties here. Okay, so to start with, for the rail width, the base parameter, this one. So I'm going to change this to 450. So as you can see, it's being highlighted here. So 450, that's the rail width base, and then the style width hinge parameter. This one, okay. So I'm going to change this to 300. Then for the latch, okay. So for the latch, let me change this to the top view so you can see. Right. Okay, this one. So for the latch, style width latch, okay, I'm going to change that to 300 as well. Okay, and then after that, I'm just going to select apply and then select here OK. Okay. Oh, I forgot to change the material. Let me go again to the type properties. Forgot to change the material, so I'm going to select here the material for the door, this one. So I'm going to click the ellipsis button. Okay, so for the material browser, I'm going to look for, how about stainless? Stainless. Okay, this one. So metal, stainless. Metal stainless. So I select here, okay. There you go. And then for the frame material, I'm going to make it metal also. Metal paint finish. Okay, so let me look for metal. Oops. Paint finish dark gray matte. Okay, so I click this one and then I select here OK, and then I select here OK. So basically that's how you create a new component family type for the door. Make sure you duplicate it, change the name, and then you can change now the property. So I'm going to select here OK, and there you go, I just created the new one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select here modify to terminate the door, but don't worry, the door is already created. So I'm going to select modify. So I'm going to open here the ground floor. So I'm going to change the type for this door. So let's say for this one, so in the 3D view, it looks like this. Where you, how about I'll just change this one. I click this door here, okay, and then I change the type here. So I created this one. There you go. And then I select here modify. Okay. So you can change here the visual style. So let's say realistic. So this is how it looks like. Modify. There you go. Okay. All right. So again, you can also click from here, and then you can change this one, the temporary dimension. So let's say 750. Enter. So as you can see, it moves as well. Okay. So if I'm going to open the east elevation, this one, east elevation, basically this is now how it looks like. Okay. We can change here the visual style again. There you go. Okay. So basically, this is the exercise on how to load component families and add components to your model. So again, hopefully you learned something from this video. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, just put it on the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.